I'm David Fetter, Executive Editor Technical for Prepared Foods, and I want to welcome you to a Prepared Foods series on technical trends in plant-based development. Today we're going to take a look at a new take on animal protein analogs, eggs. With us, we have Harold Bollaci, CEO of the Vegg, and Rocky Shepard, founder of the Vegg, and they are makers of 100% plant-based egg substitute. Now, there are a few egg analog makers on the market there, and Vegg's unique approach offers not only a scrambled version, but a way to make the product into a spherical egg yolk, which is absolutely unique. So when combined, say, with a thinly fried soft tofu slice, voila, comes out sunny side up. Mr. Bollaci started out as an attorney, came out of his shell to veganism after a lifetime of dietary complications. These caused difficulty eating and digesting many foods, but especially animal-derived products. So he also extends his efforts in the field of health beyond Vegg. He's partner with Transatlantica Partners UK Limited, and he serves as a director of Shakespeare Telehealth Inc. Mr. Shepard is an artist and inventor with degrees in biological sciences and electronic technology, what we used to call a Renaissance man. He's been vegan since 2004, and his love of eggs before then led him to see if he could throw together something in his kitchen that could satisfy the cravings for not just eggs, but a good sunny side up egg with a runny yolk. So in 2011, he launched the Vegg flagship product called the Vegg Vegan Egg Yolk. 3 other products were formulated over time using this as the flavor base. Mr. Bollaci, Mr. Shepard, thank you for joining us today. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
I'll dive into the tech. What was the first major technical challenge in creating Vegg products? And then how did you decide on the ingredients or techniques that you changed to address the big challenge?
So the technical challenge was trying to create something from plant-based ingredients that replicate the taste and texture of an animal product. And at the time the Vegg egg yolk was created, there really weren't any products on the market that were offering a complete 100% plant-based egg substitute that completely replicates the taste and texture of a runny egg yolk. I think Rocky can speak a lot more technically about how he researched the ingredients and came up with the beautiful product that we have today.
So,
Rocky? Yeah, okay. So 11 years ago, I was 7 years vegan at the time, and I decided that I missed eggs enough. I wanted to see what I could do in the kitchen that I could satisfy my cravings for eggs. I really didn't have any aspirations of creating a product at the time. I just wanted to make myself happy and come up with an egg replication of the yolk, because I really like the yolk. So basically I did a lot of research into ingredients, and it wasn't that difficult to come up with the flavor aspect. The hardest part for me was the mouthfeel of the runny yolk, which is kind of, I'm not sure how to describe it, but silky and stuff. And the ingredients that I started out using, they were more like flour and stuff that you could really didn't have the right texture. So eventually I came upon this the derivative of seaweed, which is the sodium alginate. And then I said, well, this is really good. So I was really pleased to find out that I could spherify yolks with combining the sodium alginate with calcium lactate.
What aspects of the few plant-based egg substitutes out there drove you to say, we can do better? And in creating this, both the yolk and the scrambled versions, what are you most proud of having accomplished in that drive to top those, few things that were already on the market in that channel?
Well, that was pretty easy. Most of the egg analogs back then were all just starchy products that had no flavor. So clearly it was just a matter of getting something that tasted like an egg yolk. And that's everybody was ignoring that, it seemed. And so I mixed the flavor ingredients in with the mouthfeel, and I came up with almost a perfect replication of an egg yolk, runny egg yolk.
I've tried the product, and it does have that, and it is a unique flavor, and it was kind of surprising, how spot on you hit the flavor there. So
Yeah, I was very happy with it.
yeah,
I'd really like to consider the Vegg as a pioneer in this space, David. We're a very small company, and Rocky invented this at home, and nobody else has been able to do it. And I think that's a pretty remarkable accomplishment. And I'm very proud to represent the brand and to own the brand, because Rocky really was the first in this space. So that's worth noting here, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sitting down with you, you guys. How has navigating the technical and production challenges of these products given you a clearer view of what else, of the other aspects that set you apart from your competition? You have the egg yolk, and then what else is in there to show you that?
I think the primary challenge when it comes to relating to our competition is trying to maintain the 100% plant-based part of our recipe. There are other products out there who claim to be 100% vegan and GMO free and cholesterol free, but they're not necessarily there. They're adding gums, and they're adding things that I don't consider to be 100% natural. So as far as setting us apart from our competitors, I think it's our continued commitment to 100% plant-based, period.
Right. And we were talking about sodium alginate before. I want to stress to our audience, in case they missed it, that that's just a fraction from brown algae, and an algae is a very prominent up and coming ingredient source. So perfectly natural source there. Let me throw it back to Rocky. In navigating the technical and production challenges, what else have you encountered that created difficulty to overcome, and how did you overcome it?
I think most of these companies that are our competitors, they have a lot of financial backing behind them, like in the hundreds of millions of dollars for one product, basically. And I did this whole thing on about a $5,000 budget. So
Wow.
it was difficult to overcome some of the issues related to not having quite enough money to continue. But one of the most expensive things was the packaging, and I basically went out on a limb for that. I think the packaging is just immaculate. It's beautiful, and
It is very well done. Not just the packaging itself, but the design, the logo. Very good job, and on a very small budget. Very impressive.
And can we give credit where credit's due? I think, Rocky, you drew the packaging, correct?
Really?
Yeah, I came up with the sketches, and then I sent it off to a design company in New York City to basically refine it.
Once you had your packaging down, did you have to adjust formulation any to better suit the packaging, or?
Oh yeah, we had several iterations of certain products where I'd have to do the packaging all over again because the ingredient list had changed, and that's even costlier. But I guess I felt it was important enough to do it to take that
absolutely
battle on.
So, so speaking of ingredient changes and what aspects of the formulation are you tweaking for the next version, the Vegg 2.0 or 3.0 or whatever?
We have a few interesting variations in our pipeline. One of the things that I'm working on is adding flavor to our power scramble mix. I'd like to add some spices and just come up with different varieties of flavors so that the consumer doesn't have to mix in their own spices and vegetables to embellish the product. In addition, it's a goal of mine to turn this into a liquid version sooner rather than later. And
Gotcha.
that's a project that we've been working on for many years. And I'm hopeful that we're going to figure it out very soon.
I have no doubt that you guys are a good team.
Yeah.
So, but it does bring up the next question. Did you turn to any ingredient companies for help in perfecting your formulations?
Quite a few, some in the country, some out of the country. I was looking for the best ingredient suppliers that would have the cleanest product and of course the lowest price, or some kind of mix between. So yeah, that was a lot of time put into that.
What would you like to see ingredient companies do to better help you?
I would love to see them all like non-GMO and organic, all products. And then you wouldn't have to really spend a lot of time picking and choosing between companies, because they're all the best, at that point.
It's getting there. I don't know. It'll be a while, but we're getting there in the world, I think, just from consumer demand.
Mhm.
So, all right. Both of you guys, what's next for Vegg? Anything coming on down the pipeline that you can tell us about? What's on your wish list to do next in plant-based?
Well, unfortunately, I think I gave you a sneak peek. We're hoping for the liquid version.
Right.
I think the consumers are going to be really happy with the flavors that we add to the power scramble. And that's really what's most exciting to me is making the product easier for the consumer to use and hoping that it will cause a broader adoption and usage of the Vegg scramble and our other products, both by consumers and by commercial kitchens. I'd love to see this in hospitals and
Absolutely.
nursing homes, anywhere people are eating eggs. That's where I'd like to see us in the future.
Okay, but for now, just scrambled and the runny yolk, and that's all right.
And some new flavors.
And
The runny yolk
flavor.
is amazing. You can do so many kind of things with it. You can make French toast. You can make French ice cream. All kinds of stuff like vegan egg yolks, eggnog, egg washes. You can use it for egg washes for challah bread and stuff like that. It's got many uses.
It's an incredibly versatile product range. It's interesting. We have 4 products to replace one egg. So I think we've been a little innovative in some of the things we've done, and I'm hopeful the consumers will like the flavors that we add.
I think you got a great thing going there, and it's just amazing to get that inside look at how this came about and where it's going. I'd like to thank both of you. Thank you, Mr. Shepard. Thank you, Mr. Bollaci, for sharing this inside look into how you built a better egg. A plant-based egg substitute that's all it's cracked up to be. Sorry,
thank you. It's a better Vegg.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
So I want to thank our audience members for joining us. I'm David Fetter, Executive Editor Technical for Prepared Foods Media. This was a talk with Harold Bollaci, CEO, and Rocky Shepard, founder and creator of The Vegg. And be sure to check out our media menu at preparedfoods.com for just a wealth of other plant-based trends and insights, including videos, podcasts, articles, and all the resources of value needed by today's food and beverage makers. Again, thanks for joining us. Look forward to the next time.